Okay, this is game 3 of Soulwind against Zokuru. The first two were really good. I hope this one's good as well. Okay, Zap on Zap lead. Zaps might want to T-wave each other if they're on aggro teams, or they'll just switch to something. Zokuru Zap T-wave, suggesting he's got some offense of some kind. Soulwind Zap actually T-bolts for 44 and a para, and that para is really unfortunate. Interesting that Soulwind values the damage, the early damage on Zap more than anything else, more than status, which suggests he's gonna have something that appreciates Zapdos being bought a bit lower. So Zokuru gets Celebi in now, and he didn't want to do it on. Didn't want to bring Celebi in on turn 1, which interests me a little bit. So maybe it's not a very defensive Celebi, or he just values getting the Zapdos power ASAP. Anyway, here's Celebi, and it baton passes so to a Swampert. So it looks a bit like this Zapdos Celebi Calm Mind Pass team that everyone's been using recently. Quite a few people have had some different variations of it in this tournament, so it could be something like that. And Swampert's going to come in on Zapdos, which isn't a perfect switch into Zapdos in general, but it works because Zapdos is never going to HP Grass there. Zapdos roars, avoiding the Calm Mind Pass, and Zokuru has T-Tar in, and this T-Tar could threaten a Focus Punch, which he presses. He's happy to press that because he knows Roar is mutually exclusive with Baton Pass. They're never going to be on the same set. So he's comfortable Focus Punching for damage or whatever. And Soulwind brings in Pert, which takes 56, and so it's Endeavor, because it's not getting leftovers. Subs down, so if Zokuru's Celebi, it's going to take Endeavor damage. I'm not sure if he wants to play the Recover game. In fact, I'm not even sure if he has Recover on this kind of team. I don't know if it will run Recover Baton Pass on this kind of aggro. So maybe he just is sacking Celebi to just break the sub and then bring in something faster to follow up. So yeah, there's Endeavor for 74. And this Swampert looks like it's gonna kill something, or maybe Zokuru can pivot on the next move. Oh, he does. That's a fantastic move from Zok. It's a really, really well played sequence to go into Celebi to break the sub, get the Endeavor, and then bait the attack, and then bring in this this fastest army that's of course faster than +1 Swampert, and then just get a kill with Ice Beam. So Endeavor Swampert that was looking threatening for a second there gets 0 kills. Now Jirachi's going to come in, not scared of T-Wave because it's got Ice Beam and just can set up. But Zokuru still has a nice healthy T-Tar, 4 attack Focus Punch to deal with Jirachi, and will just Earthquake against the HP Grass, and that's not a winning trade for Soulwind because Hidden Power is not a 2-hit KO on that kind of tanky T-Tar, and T-Tar can just EQ it down. And I mean, even, of course, if it does manage to 2-hit KO from there, which I don't think it does ever against max HP Tar, then Zokuru has presumably what is it, dug in the last slot to follow up and kill. Soulwind goes to P2. That looks like a really, really awkward T-Tar switch. As Zokuru manages to get Celebi in, that's another fantastic prediction on knowing that Soulwind's going to switch out Jirachi, get Celebi in to maybe if it does have Recover, of course, recover up, and alternatively just Baton Pass to Scout, or Leech Seed something before going down and giving you a momentum. Soulwind's probably just gonna throw out an Ice Beam. And Celebi does have Recover, yeah, so that's fantastic. Zoka's in great shape, but Ice Beam does freeze, which sucks because Celebi's forced back out to Natural Cure. And I guess Zok goes into Tar. No, it goes to Zap, which looks like Zap might have been a sack of sorts against the incoming Ice Beam, wanting to conserve T-Tar's health so that it's not in a +1 Jirachi range, for example. Or just not wanting to take a status on a predicted switch because P2 could easily T-Wave T-Tar. So yeah, Zap's smart. Zap's paralyzed, and unfortunately, because Zap got paralyzed early, it's not very useful. So Zokuru is just trying to sack it off essentially. Soulwind gets Celebi in on the Zap. Celebi could be threatening a Calm Mind pass of his own. See if Zok has a way to deal with that. I don't think this Zap has Raw, because it's on like the Calm Mind pass team. No, just going to paralyze the Celebi to make it slower than a T-Tar that you could potentially bring after an HP bug with. But then Celebi can slow pass if it has it. Could just be Calm Mind Recover, Leech Seeds, and an attack. So maybe it's not pass. I'm not too sure on Soulwind's team. Oh, it is pass, yeah. So he had the super safe slow pass into P2 on T-Tar. Now, P2 is actually a little bit scared of T-waving T-Tar here, which it would usually want to because T-Tar has Focus Punch and could smash it. I do think Soulwind might have a little bit of a problem with T-Tar generally speaking because, of course, this Swampert, which is the very natural T-Tar switch, went down so early. What is Soulwind's last? Might well be Magneton. To just in the vein of Dugweed, Mons of a P2 to just support the other guys. More generally speaking, could be Claydol, I guess. I think Claydol would have come into Tar. I mean, it's not perfect against HP Bug. But anyway, his P2. Can P2 do anything? I don't think Ice Beam's a 2-hit KO, even at +1. Rock Slide, which flinches, which is really good for T-Tar. P2's low, and of course Recover's a hard thing to press because of focus. Rock Slide into an HP Fighting for 43. So that flinch return before was pretty important actually, because that bought it low. And if Zokuru's lost his dog, you can just Focus Punch here and then follow up trap the P2. Yeah, P2 gets greedy, tries to recover, maybe just hoping the last isn't Doug, which it pretty much always is on this kind of team. And Zokuru gets the Focus Punch and kills a VQ. Looks like he was just trying to Focus Punch, follow up with Doug, thinks, okay, T-Tar's at 41, now it's not actually tanking anything from +1 Jirachi, I've got my use out of Tar. I can just follow up with Doug, and then just deal with Jirachi that way, with the Doug again later. Soulwind's still not actually in a horrible position, just because the Celebi could be dangerous, but if it's Psychic, then T-Tar will do fine against it. Zapdos is paralyzed though, and Zapdos would want to receive a boost, but it can't really do it that well because it's paralyzed. Mag subs up as Celebi recovers. Mag Metal Sounds. So yeah, doesn't look like Soulwind has any proper way to really like beat Celebi, switch into it, and stop it doing its Calm Mind pass thing. But there is Metal Sound, which can stop Celebi from just staying in and setting up if this mag is HP Fire. But HP Fire is going to be walled by Swampert Thunderbolt sub Metal Sand HP 5 just loses to Swampert completely, and letting Swampert just in repeatedly is not a good MO. Yeah, the Psychic breaks the sub. Celebi's going to get out, obviously respecting HP Fire. Probably to Pert, because Pert's so free. Oh no, yeah, I don't think you have to do that. I think you could... Oh, well, even baton past the special defense drop. Don't love that. Yeah, could have just got Celebi smashed there by HP Fire. Or instead he manages to baton pass the special defense drop to Swampert, which is pretty interesting. It goes back to Celebi, I guess scouting for HP Grass, but it is indeed HP Fire. So now we can go to Pert again. Oh, it's Hidden Power Ice. Oh wow, the Forgotten Magneton cell. I've not seen that in a long time. I think the only time HP Ice is that good on Magneton is when Flygon is really, really popular. Like a really popular metagame pick. But it's going to do okay here because Swampert is so offensive and it's actually just taking a huge amount of damage. And at 31 it might be in range for a high roll. No, it doesn't want to play that game. Just goes to Celebi safely on the EQ. And Celebi is still just semi-dangerous. Yeah, Zokuru's staying in. Maybe he wants to scout what attack Celebi has, so he can bring Tar in safely, or maybe just sack it off and then follow up with Dog. You just need to kill Celebi somehow, which is probably the Dog in the last slot. I think Zokuru should be okay, and he's got the game sealed. Zapdos is paralyzed. Jirachi is going to get trapped. I think he's okay. I'm not sure about this this whole Ice Beam staying in sequence. Maybe he should have just gone to Tar on one of these earlier turns, because Celebi's just getting boosts now for free basically and just recovering up. Oh no, Zokuru gets a freeze. So sure, that works nicely for him, I guess. Celebi stays frozen. Pert Ice Beams. If Zok has Dug as the last, which I really, really think he does, he should just go to it here and cover or recover. Yeah, it's Dug. Yep, Celebi Thor's. Boom, Thor predicted. Flawless prediction. And Celebi gets to HP Bug follow up. And I think he's okay. He's home dry at this point. Zap comes in. Celebi is still there. Swampert's there as well, playing around HP Ice. No, gets smashed by HP Grass. I mean, Swampert's not actually that useful at this point because Jirachi's just going to smash it anyway. And Zokuru can bring... yeah, sure. I was going to say Celebi, but T-Tar's good there too, to just get a Rock Slide, get the damage. Soulwind gets him Mag on Rock Slide. Pretty nice. Might get to fire off an attack before he dies. Oh yeah. No, that's good too. Zokuru just sacks Starmie because Zapdos is still at 100%. Jirachi might survive a hit. Starmie could miss Hydro Pumps. To just bring in Dug safely to follow up and get a kill. Yeah, sacking that Starmie is just super safe. It also covers some kind of double switch shenanigans, and it's better than trying to sack off Zapdos, for example, because you just don't want to leave the paralyzed Mon in against the potential setup threat. It's just risk-free endgaming, really. Zok can go to Dog, traps, Zap follow up, and I think Zok's got it in the bag. Yep. Now the Zap Sack comes in, Zap can't set up itself. And also might even get a little bit of damage before he dies. Yeah. Yeah, it's a speed tie, actually. And that's definitely done because Tar is good from here. Tar comes in and finishes the game as long as it manages to hit Rock Slide. And even if it doesn't, there's still Celebi and Dugtrio. Yep. There's a slide hit. And it's going to finish off Rachi with EQ. Even a crit just gets the Dug follow-up. Yeah. So, yeah, good series. I thought both of them played really well. Zok did a couple of really nice things in that early game, such as the Celebi Starmie sequence against an Endeavor Perp that could have been a little bit of trouble. Managing to keep Celebi alive as well, as opposed to sacking it, which kind of took the momentum out of Soulwind's game a bit. And also not having to follow it with Dug and then getting Dug trapped by P2, at which point Jirachi could be a problem. P2 didn't trap Dug, and in a Dug versus P2 game where P2 doesn't get to trap Dug, the Dug team tends to win very much because Dug is just always there hanging over Jirachi's head and stopping it from setting up to win. So yeah, interesting game. Series was really well played by the both of them. Sucks that one of them has to go into losers bracket. I chose the series because I really rate both players highly. And I'm excited to see what comes from them in future rounds.